Hey family, I hope you are doing well. Welcome back to our safe space, to our cozy little corner of the internet. So today I feel like just doing really chill, soft-spoken chats. I've actually been binge watching this YouTube channel called Heinz, and you probably know his channel already because it's amazing, but if you don't, you should check it out. I've literally watched it every single day. I've seen all his videos. I just patiently wait for the next one. But he's really chill. He just chats and it's not even called ASMR, but it's definitely ASMR. He talks really soft spoken and he just talks about uplifting things, just personal growth things. And when I put on his videos, it just helps me chill. It just puts a good vibe in the background. Yeah, so I really recommend his channel. Anyways, I'm feeling inspired by that kind of vibe of just talking, and I thought we could continue kind of from the previous video and today talk a little bit about embracing our authentic selves, and yeah, just dive into that. But first, let's just do a little check-in with ourselves, with our bodies. Let's just try to relax and let go of any tension that we might feel in our face. You can soften the muscles in your face. If you have a frown, or if you're clenching your jaw, you can just try to let it go. And the same with your shoulders, and just release any tension in your shoulders, your neck, and just kind of tune into yourself. Tune into this present moment. Try to feel grounded and just become aware of your connection to the ground, to the seat, to the earth. And sometimes we can get so lost in our thoughts, in our worries, but let's just try to put those to the side. And I want to remind you that you're safe and you're loved, and it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. So, yeah. My brain's what were we gonna talk about now? I got too vibed out. Oh yeah, we were gonna talk about embracing our authentic selves. So I've been thinking about this a lot recently, and also it's just something that over the last, say, 10 years I have gone through such a transformation with, and I'm still on that journey, but I've definitely come so far. I feel like back, let's say 10 years ago, I was so not comfortable within myself. I struggled with social anxiety a lot, and I always felt like I wasn't good enough. I always felt like if I entered a social situation, I was overthinking, like, how do I act in a way that people won't think I'm weird, or people will think I'm cool, or, you know, all these things. And thinking I have to be something that I'm not. And slowly, through a long journey, I've learned how to embrace who I am and love that person and be that person, you know? And the first thing I'll say I've learned is that actually, whenever we embrace who we really are and we try to truly be our authentic selves, we actually become like a kind of light to other people, to allow them to do the same. Like when we learn how to be comfortable in our own skin, it's actually like a blessing to other people because we let them do the same. If that makes sense. So even though it would seem like this scary thing, like people aren't gonna respond well to, it's actually the opposite. People feel really good vibes from that kind of energy. And yeah, another thing I've realized is that if you embody who you really want to be, who you really are, you're gonna attract the people in your life who are actually right for you. So, you know, it's difficult when we're in a place of wanting to please people because we want to be liked. But you don't need people in your life who are not going to accept you, for all of your quirks and interests and the way you express yourself and things you believe. You don't need people who aren't cool with that or aren't going to accept you unless you change or act a different way. You want the people who are really going to love you for you. And I always say this, but trust me, those people are there. And sometimes it's really a matter of just having the patience to find those people. And just put yourself in situations where you're likely to meet people like that. But yeah, I was thinking a lot today. By the way, this is going to be very rambly. I literally had no plan again for this video. I just felt like speaking. This was like just on my heart. But I was thinking today about social media and how, like, so often we try to present this image of ourselves, and the same goes for YouTube, everything. We try to present this image of ourselves, like the best image, the coolest image. And sometimes, oh my gosh, my stomach is making sounds. Sorry. Sometimes we can get so caught up in that we almost lose ourselves, and it can become like something that feels not fun anymore, not good. And I think some of the most wholesome, like happy feelings I've had from interactions online is when people really are brave to be themselves, be honest and be, open and be willing to be vulnerable, and where the main aim, the main purpose of the interaction is to connect, rather than to prove to one another our own worthiness. Because the thing is, if we are all out there just trying to prove our worthiness, or like we're all just trying to seek out that validation, then if you think about it, there's gonna be nobody left to actually give us that validation, because we are not actually giving that to each other. So yeah, I've just been thinking about this lately, how I really think we need to become way more aware of just how similar we actually all are, and we all have the same insecurities. We all want to be loved, we all want to belong and feel accepted and feel like other people see us positively. And if we could all just be brave enough to be more ourselves and kind of support others in doing so, then I feel like everything would become a lot more comfy, a lot more chill. But these are just my thoughts, my rambly thoughts for today. And I guess the question is also like how do you become more comfortable in yourself and embrace who you are, especially if maybe you don't even know who you are, which I still am figuring out who I am. I think that's an ongoing journey that probably never stops, but in a sense, I'm trying to think of what has helped me to do that. I think one thing is kind of like honoring your inner child, if that makes sense. Like whenever I feel like whenever you see like a baby or children, it brings joy. Like it brings joy to our lives, like the children in our families and things like that. And I think a big part of it is the way we relate to them, that we don't judge them so harshly. We kind of see the miracle of them, especially like when it comes to babies, because you look at a baby and you think, oh my gosh, how did you even get here? Like, you're a miracle. And you kind of, like, for me, it reminds me that everything comes from nature, in a way. And sometimes we forget that we too are like that. We too are kind of these miraculous beings that don't even make any sense. Like, we are all beautiful and unique in that way. So I think something that helps me is just kind of tuning into that and just tuning into my wavelength, like whatever comes naturally to me, like the things I enjoy and the things that bring me joy, like, and just try to flow with that and don't get too caught up in what you feel like you're supposed to be, or what other people would think is cool, because at the end of the day, everything is subjective. We all like different things, but none of those things are actually any less valid or worthy. It's just different interests, like we like different music, or as an example, but it doesn't mean that any music is actually like better or worse. I mean, So I guess for me, having this kind of like understanding that we are all equal and not judging anyone else helps me to also not judge myself. And yeah, I think it's important not to block our instincts and our natural, inclinations of where to go and what to do. We have to listen to our heart. So, to listen to your heart. What is your heart telling you? What are your dreams? What is your vibe? What makes you happy? Who are you? Anyways, so I think we will keep talking about this in future videos, but I guess this was just a first little thinking about it. I'm just thinking out loud, really. I'm still solidifying my thoughts and what it is that I even want to share. So I feel like this channel is very much just a work in progress at the moment. We're growing and we're figuring it out together, but I find this topic of embracing your authentic self, being true to yourself, being vulnerable, very interesting topic, and I want to explore it more.